Hello everyone. Welcome to this new video on bold reports. In a company's annual sales performance report, raw monthly sales data for different regions can be overwhelming, making it difficult to see which regions are performing well or poorly. Heat maps offer a solution by visually representing data through color gradients, making it easy to identify patterns and key data points. In this video, I will show you how to create a heat map report using custom code to visualize the gross domestic product growth rate of major economies over time, using color gradients in a matrix to identify patterns and key data points using the Bold Reports Designer. This process is the same for both web and desktop report designers. In this demo, I will use the Web Report Designer from the report server. Let's get started. First, I'll create a new report in the report server and name it Heat Map Report. Next, I need to create a dataset to use the necessary data values in the report. First, I create a data source using the AdventureWorks database in SQL Server and name it AdventureWorks. Since I already have the database details in the form of a connection string, I use advanced options. Next, I choose None as the authentication type, since the connection string already has the credentials. This button connects to the data source and launches the query designer. I'll name this dataset GDP Growth Dataset and switch to code mode because I already have the SQL query. I enter the query and click Run to see the values retrieved from the database and displayed in the preview area. Then, I click Finish to create a dataset. Before adding the matrix, let me add a header. First, I enable the header area. Add a rectangle that acts as a container for the text. And resize it. I change the background color to enhance the look and feel. To add the header text, I add a text box inside the rectangle and the label growth rate for major economies. Next, I format the text by changing the font, color, size, weight, and vertical alignment. If there is extra space around the text, you can resize the text box and rectangle to adjust it. Now, the header has been added. Next, I add a matrix report item to the designer surface and add country in the row group cell. Once the values are assigned, you will see the row group value change to country in the row group section. Similarly, I assign the order year value to the column group. Then, I add the GDP expression to the value cell. Once the values are assigned to the matrix, I need to apply some basic formatting to enhance its appearance. I select the header row and change the font family, weight, text alignment, vertical alignment, background color, and color. In the same way, I format the value row's font family, text alignment, and vertical alignment. Next, let's see how to create a heat map report using custom code while previewing. To embed the custom function, I open the Properties panel. Then, under the Code category, I click Code to open the Code module and add the custom code function snippet to define the logic for coloring the cells based on the annual GDP growth rate data values. This enables the creation of a gradient effect that visually distinguishes among different annual GDP growth rates for each country. Then, I click OK. Next, I'll show you how to generate a heat map using custom code. To create a heat map based on the GDP growth rate range, I select the matrix cell that holds a GDP data field and open the Properties panel. I open the expression dialog for the background color property. and add the expression to generate a heat map based on GDP growth rate. I am passing the GDP dataset field value and the minimum and maximum values of the GDP dataset field as parameters for the getHeatMapColor custom code function. And we are done. Now, everything is ready to preview the report. I switch to preview. You can see the background color is set based on the GDP growth rate. The getHeatMapColor function assigns colors using the range from the lowest to the highest GDP growth rates, making it easy to see differences. The countries with the lowest values are represented by the red color and the countries with the highest values are represented by the green color. In this video, I have shown you how to create a heat map in a matrix using the custom code function. The link to a blog containing these steps is in the description below. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.